Hello, merry me. So welcome to another Venefica's Occult Findings, and I think this is number 21. So I have quite a bit of stuff here, so let's get started. First of all, I have some magazines. I went to my mother's place not that long ago and I needed some magazines to read on the train, as there is a 5-hour train ride to get where she lives. First magazine I picked up is this one, Nera. This is a Swedish magazine, and it's quite good actually. It's all sort of new age material, and I really like this, and I'll probably buy this magazine again if I can find it. Now, just to clarify, the Scandinavian countries, not all of them, because there's some of them that has completely different languages, but Sweden, Denmark, and Norway have very, very similar languages. It's almost like a difference between American English and Australian English. So if you are either Norwegian, Danish, or Swedish, you can generally read and understand people from other of those three nations. So reading a Swedish magazine is no problem. I have to nag my mother when she goes to Sweden to shop for food because that's much less expensive than buying it here in Norway, where everything is enormously expensive. Anyway, when she goes over the border to buy cheaper food there, I have to nag her to bring me back more issues of this magazine. Anyway, the next magazine I want to show you is this one. Oh, I should mention which number it is. It's number, the Nara magazine is number 6, 2013. And then I have Age of Vision, The Vision, which is also a New Age magazine, and this is number, I know you're gonna tell me somewhere, 4, 2013. And then I have Ilshel, The Fire Soul, also a New Age magazine. Yeah, I do love my New Age magazine. This is also number 4, 2013. When I'm on the train, I usually prefer magazines to books because there are people talking all around me. There are announcements over the comm systems, and there are children crying, dogs barking, and all of that. I sometimes find it difficult to concentrate on a book, so it's easier to concentrate on magazines. And of course, I also have Spirit and Destiny, which I try to buy every month. This is a pretty good issue. I was very pleased with it. And it is issue number September 2013. I don't number them, years or months. It's September 2013. Well, let's move on to some other things. I have something really, really nice in this bag. I have been interested in starting to practice Agam divination. That is basically using a Celtic alphabet that is tied to trees. So I got this set. Let me see if I can get them out without spreading them all over the floor. Oh, come out, come out, come out. One is stuck. Come out. You know you want to be shown. The nice people of YouTube. You know you do. There's 2 more left in the bag. I think my divination sticks are shy. Here, look at all these sticks. And basically the Ogham symbols are like this. They are basically lines with crossing lines on them. And each symbol, I can't show you all of them or we'll be here until tomorrow, but basically all of them is based around or corresponds to a given tree. And this set, each stick is made. It was just some thread stuck on it, so I needed to get away. I'll clean it up later. Anyway, each stick is made of the same wood that it corresponds with. So yeah, haven't learned to use these for divination and magic yet, but I am picking that system up and is currently looking for a good book on it so that I can learn. Okay. And from the same seller, let's just some dust that way in that bag. The same seller I picked up this one. Now it's on a leather tongue so that I can wear it around my neck. And I really think it's pretty. Just this nice wooden, I think it's maple. I think it's maple. Length of wood, and it has this nice spiraling flower pattern burned into it. And it's on this lead tongue. Like I said, what I'm going to be using this for is when I go out in nature to do rituals there, I need it to be as portable as possible. At least I can just hang around my neck. In addition, I'm thinking that I might sleep with this sometimes. That I can just hang it around my neck and then it will start absorbing some of my energy and become more attuned to me. And I've gotten a fairy door. I have been wanting these for so long. It just has a little sign that says "Welcome Fairies." And I'm gonna hang this on one of my bags. Just to bring a bit of fairy energies into my life. There was a sticker on the back of it. I took that off and it's left this little blemish. So I'm just gonna varnish the back of it. But the door itself is so cute. And I haven't seen them in these really tiny versions before. I have also considered taking it off this and making it pendant, but I'm not sure. I think it will be a bag decoration. And then on to pendulums. Yes, I bought more pendulums. And the first one I want to show is a real gem. It is, word can't describe how pretty this pendulum is. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up properly, but basically it's a miniature terrarium. There's a little dried rose in there, some moss, and a bug's wing that has been naturally. It's basically been harvested from a dead bug. Nobody has ripped the wing of a bug. It is this blown glass bowl. It has these little pretty gemstones and just a shell to hold it by. It's a pretty decent pendulum, and it's just so pretty. It's great to add to the collection. Just gonna place it carefully down since it is glass. And then I have this one here. It's basically purple and gray little, what do they call this? Pom pom down there, and metal and stone beads. And for some reason now the English word is completely lost on my tongue. I'm like that sometimes. What's that word in English? Well, it'll just have to do. Anyway, it's a decent pendulum, but again, the chain is pretty heavy because this has real stones, while this is immature. This is just plastic basically, and this pong pong. So it moves a bit strangely because the chain is heavier than the pendant. but it, all in all, not bad. What is bad, however, which is definitely this month's dud, is this. I thought it would be real cute for uh, using the pendulum to the wine for love and that sort of things with little wooden heart, and it just has this little spiral. However, this weighs nothing. I mean, it weighs nothing. I'm not sure what wood this is, but it weighs absolutely nada. And I like heavy pendulums, and this really, yeah. I mean, it's well carved. It's pretty. Um, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use this. So I might. There are two things I might do with it. I might just take it off this and just make a pendant out of it. I don't really like to destroy a nice pendulum, and I mean, I might use it for a giveaway, or I have a friend who has a little girl. When she gets a little bit older, I might just give it to her as her first pendulum, if her father approves. I'm not sure. I might keep it. I haven't decided, but I was so disappointed because it weighs nothing. It's like holding air. And I have this pretty pendulum. It's a wood unicorn horn. It's a metal chain, and there's a little unicorn pendant that I'm holding it by. And then I have a pretty unusual pendulum here. It's a goddess figurine. I have wanted a goddess pendulum for a long time. It's carved on both sides, has a little spiral, and it's a metal chain, and it has this spiral, matching spiral you can hold it in. And this one is a pretty good pendulum actually, because while the wood is pretty light, the size makes it fairly heavy, so it's pretty good. And one nifty thing about this is that you can take it off. It's a bit. I just usually use a plier to open those that are very tiny, but yeah, it can be snapped off here, and then I have a wand, a goddess-shaped wand. So it's just the seller called it a wandulum, and yeah, it can work both as a pendulum and as a wand. So I really like that one. And I have, oh come on, don't get caught up in the other ones. There we go. I have this one, and I wanted a pendulum like this for so long, but everywhere I looked, they were so expensive. Basically, what this is just this spike in, I think it's steel, and it's a little copper ring around it, just for the energy of it, and it can be opened, and it has a little chamber inside, so that let's say I search for water, I can drop off that in there, or if I search for a missing gold earring, I can put the other earring in there, and so on. So it's a chamber pendulum, but it's the shape that really attracted me. I really love this. You know how I like spikes. So yeah, and it's held by a simple metal ball. And then I have this one. Uh, this one was excessively cheap, so that's why I picked it up. It's just a tiny little Labrador, right? It's a very bad quality one. It doesn't actually look like the stone it is unless you look it up very close. That's a little tinyness, pretty good uh, rock crystal sphere on top, and it's just on a chain with a tiny little rock crystal at the end. And I mean, for the price, I think I paid $2.50 for this. It's been $3. $3 I think I paid. And it has a nice weight, not as heavy as I prefer, but still a pretty nice weight. It moves very good, and this is actually an excellent pendulum for the price. So yeah, I often have pendulums in my purses and such. I always have one on hand when I need it. So this might be one of my first pendulums, because then I like to have them small and practical. And for the last pendulum I want to show you, I have this. Isn't this pretty? It is amethyst, so it has the point, two balls, and a pyramid. Now, it did come broken. It had this part of it broken off. Had to glue it, but you can hardly see it unless you point it out. So yeah, I'm not too impressed by by the workmanship on this. But all in all, it's a nice heavy pendulum, though I like it. It's just on a chain with a little rock crystal. So yeah, that's some good pieces to add to my pendulum collection. Well, all of them are good pieces except for this. And I also noticed that I've had this it's one of the first things I got in this collection. Also, I had it for almost a month. But yeah, this spiral has already started to tarnish. So not massively impressed with that one. But yeah, what can you do? Sometimes you get a dud. And I mean, the pendant is nice. It just, yeah, like I can make it move. But just so light. Okay, let's move on to books, because I have quite a few of them and I've already been speaking for a while. So yeah, I have Become a Psychic Wanderer. Expand Your Mind and Soul to Travel by Catherine Harving or Jane Harving. And this is by Llewellyn. That was sort of like I saw Llewellyn had published it. I usually like spiritual books by Llewellyn, so it was sort of like an impulse buy. Then I have Angelic Pathways by Chantal Lisette. An angel medium's guide to navigating our human experience. I have had just this angel kick lately. You just can't get enough angels. So yeah. So this has also that strange and velvety feel to the book that I don't like. And it's by Llewellyn. So if Llewellyn ever should grace my videos, stop making books feel like this. I feel dirty. I want to wash my hands after I touch the book. Okay, I have the Yes No Tarot Oracle by Eleanor Piper. I've been wanting this book for some time and I've heard of because it was relatively expensive for the tiny size, but eventually I caved and got it anyway. Basically, this is exactly what it says. It tells you how to get simple yes-no answers. It can be done by a one-card layout. Of course, it can also be a more complex layout meant to get a simple yes or no. Like, get the job I'm have applied to, yes or no, instead of a whole complex answer. I think that could be useful. So yeah, and it's by Bright Pen. And I'm sorry that this video is turning out to be so long. I hope you'll bear with me. And then I have the Tarot Playbook by Linda Covell. 78 novel ways to connect with your cards. And it's basically ways to get more familiar with the tarot. I will probably do a review on this book. It's by the publishing house Schiffer. And it's basically, yeah, family activities, games, all sorts of things that you do to get more familiar with the cards. Then I have Numerology, Key to the Tarot by Sandra Conrad. Now, I really love combining various forms of occult topics. So I have wanted this book for some time. Basically, it combines tarot and numerology, and those two fields are very close to one another already. I haven't read this book yet, but I think it will be pretty good. And it's by Whitford Press. And then I have Temple UVUP, Empyrean Shadow Book, Beginnings. More vampire spirituality and vampire occultism. So that's a topic I really am interested in. I can't wait to dig into this book. It's by Father J.P. Vanir, and it seems to be self-published. I try to get some of these self-published occult books as well, just to pad out my library, because I do buy a lot of things from mainstream publishers, Levellen, Weiser books, and so on, the more typical things that everybody have. I try to support some of the lesser publishers and authors as well, just to have a wide range in my occult library. And speaking of that, I have the Aisling Wicca, Book 1, The Basics, by Aisling. And this is basically one woman who has made her own Wicca tradition, who has written about it, and I find that very interesting. And it is self-published. And then I have Blending Astrology, Numerology, and the Tarot by Doris Chase Duan. And like I said, I really like combining various forms of occult art. I think that creates a depth in the practice that you might miss otherwise. So I'm really looking forward to reading this book. I haven't read this one yet either. And this is a collective haul, by the way. I have been collecting these things all since my last occult findings video. And it's published by AFA. And then I have Dragon of the Two Flames, Demonic Magic, and the Gods of Canaan by Michael V. Ford, illustrated by Kitty Solmosik. I really like Ford's books. He's an occult author that focuses on the left-hand path, and he has many great works around those topics, and some of his books are real bricks, and I do like brick books. And I think this one is also self-published. Yeah. And then I have Manifesting Magic with Veves and Sigils by Claudia Williams. This one, all since I saw this on Amazon, I've been just dying to get it. I've been getting a lot into the hoodoo and various forms of African ethnic magic lately, though I won't call myself a practitioner of voodoo because I'm not. But I borrow occult lore and inspiration from all over the place, including, and I don't see a problem with that. It would be a problem if I said I was practicing voodoo. That would be disrespectful since I'm not. However, borrowing a bit of inspiration here, a bit of inspiration there, that I see no problem with. And this is from Left Hand Press. And here's from another book that I'm really been wanting. It's The Winning Hand, 500-year-old mystery of dosing by Christopher Bird. And this is a massive book, and it's so heavy. Just look at this thing. Just this huge book on information on those things, all sorts of tools, from the pendulum to year rods to L rods to dowsing with your own body. It's just an amazing book. And it's by Whitford Press. Finally got this one. Yay! And I have The Black Folder, edited by Kat Yoronde. And it is also about hoodoo and that sort of category of magic. And it's just a wealth of information in here. I mean, it's just a collection of information, spell, lore, and it's just amazing. And who has published this? Misgifts. I think that's the name of the public house. I'm not sure. There's their symbol. Okie dokie. And then I have the complete magic curriculum of the Sacred Order GBG. Bring the entire study curriculum, magic rituals, and initiatory practices of the GBP, Great Brotherhood of God, by Louis T. Culling and Carl Llewellyn Westerscheck. And this is by Llewellyn. And I was so lucky when I found this book used, so I got it really, really, really cheap. I was planning on buying it anyway, but if I can get it cheaper, that means more books for me. And yeah, and it's also had this strange velvety feel to it. I don't know why Llewellyn do this, and I don't mean to nag about it constantly, but I mean, had it actually been fabric, it's been velvet, that would be nice. But it's it's cardboard, but they have just this sort of finish to it that gives a very, very strange texture. Anyway, great book for ritual magic. And of course, this book I reviewed yesterday, Seasons of the Sacred Earth by Cliff Serentine. Really, really great book. Also by Llewellyn. And I have Papa Jim's Herbal Magic Workbook. How to use herbs for magical purposes, an A to Z guide. And I assume it's by Papa Jim. And it's by original publications by New York. It's also in the hoodoo concept, hoodoo family of magic and basis of on herbs. So I can make a tie in there to other herb work. So, yay. And then I have The Philosopher's Stone, Spiritual Alchemy, Psychology and Ritual Magic by Israel Vagardi, edited and annotated with new material by Chick Chiro and Sandra Tabata Chiro. Tabata är väl det. I'm horrible at pronunciations. Anyway, this is an old book. It's one of the classics by Israel Vagardi, who was one of the apprentices and also the secretary of Aleister Crowley. However, this is a new edition that has more information in it. So yeah, I felt like I would pick up the new edition. And my books are falling all over the place. And I have the Tarot Activity Book by Andy Matzner. Another book that's basically about different kinds of activities, games, meditations, and so on that you can do to get more familiar with the cards. I bought these to be a sort of like a companion piece to other book that is about the same topic. And who has published you, little book? You might be self-published. It seems like you are. And it seems to be self-published. And then I have The Tradition of Household Spirit, Ancestral Lore and Practices by Claude Leroux. you can see his name there. Basically, this is a book about all sorts of household spirits, from ghosts to um, fairies to um, household gods. It's basically spirits that you'll find in your household. And it's a very interesting book. It's a bit chaotically laid out, but there's a lot of good information in here. And finally, since we are at the half-hour mark, so if any of you have been sitting and listening to me chat for half an hour, thank you. I assume your ears are bleeding about now, so let me get on with the last book. It's The Dark Lord, H.P. Lovecraft, Kenneth Grant, and the Tefonian Tradition of Magic by Peter Levada. More left-hand path ritual magic. And this is by Ibis. So, yeah, that is my witchy haul. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I'm really sorry for it being so long. Have a great day, and blessed be.